Why am I doing this again? We shall never know. I will come back. I just got back from my study lessons and I have a wonderful news. Tomorrow I don't have my lab. You know what that means? It means I will do another 24-hour readathon. But Alice, didn't you do just last month one of those readathons? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yes, indeed I did. I'm going to do another one because I won't get another opportunity to do it like this. Right now, it's 12 o'clock. Do English people tell you that it's 12 o'clock a.m. when it's actually in the a.m.s, like the mornings? I'm having a brain fart. It's time for lunch. Let's just say that. And I am free until same time tomorrow. So I'm doing an actual 24-hour readathon. I'm not doing like the stop time watch thing. What I'm going to do, however, is sleep. Because I do need to sleep. I'm going to sleep fewer hours than I would a normal day. Sure. So what are the options, you may ask? I am 75% through The Strength of the Few. This is the sequel of The Will of the Many, which is a very, very hyped high fantasy and sci-fi book. I liked the first book. I think it was kind of mediocre. Not in the plot. Like the plot and the action scenes were very good, especially like the last 200 pages when it turns very, very actiony, very, very fast-paced. That's where the author shines. Everything else, because I think his writing is not that refined, it got dragged down to a 3-star. This sequel, I'm liking a little bit more, but it still has some faults in the writing, in which I'm reading some phrases and I'm like, this could have been better, this could have been written better. And I don't know if it's the fault of the editors or I don't know. But I'm having fun. In the sequel, the plot, like the POVs, it's split in 3. And I think I'm enjoying one of them a little bit more, but that's, that's a given. And then, once I finish this one, I want to finish this one. I am reading also via audiobook, but I also have an ebook of Heated Rivalry. This is a gay, steamy hockey romance that has just got turned into a TV show that is going to come out in a couple of days, and I want to read the book before I watch the TV show. And everybody who went to the premiere said it was very good, very faithful to the book, very steamy. So this is my TBR for this challenge. If I manage to read both of them, maybe a manga or two, because I know I need to like split up my readings or else I'll go insane. But we'll see.
Hi, Edited Alice here. As you will see, this vlog is going to be dedicated to 2 books. One of them, I already have a vlog in which I read that book, and it's all dedicated to it. So this was actually filmed before. Also, this 24-hour readathon is going to get derailed pretty fast. So you will see me talk about this video as either a readathon or a realistic day in my life, kind of. It's more of the latter because university is my main fucking enemy. The nemesis that haunts my dream is my university professors, especially my lab ones. You'll see. But I hope you enjoyed it anyway, even though it's a little bit all over the place. Listen to the creak of this old chair. I am starting the readathon. For those who do not know what I'm about to do, this is crazy behavior, okay? This is I think only I will do. I don't have the audiobook for The Strength of the Few, so what I did is put the ebook through a text-to-speech app. One that doesn't use AI, it just uses a very mechanical, toneless voice, and I love it. I love it so much because it mimics what I hear in my brain while I read. While I read, I just read. It's just a toneless voice that I cannot really grasp what it is, but there is a voice reading for me in the back of my brain. And this is perfect. This is incredibly perfect. All of my friends think I'm crazy. If it works, it works. So let's just, as it is 12:32, and I will start my readathon. Never mind.
Many have
Yes.
I am building this set for my grandma. It's her Christmas. You know, it was my birthday present, but I'm giving it to her built up on Christmas. And it's an Alice in Wonderland set. So I already did a bunch of stuff. So like this. Look at this. This is like the perfect activity to pair up with an audiobook. It's so relaxing. So I will finish this while listening to the audiobook. Okay, wait, that was a plot twist. That was indeed a plot twist that I did not see coming. I don't really know if I like the way that it was introduced, but I like the thing. I like the twist. I already know how it's gonna get, like, why it was introduced in the story, because I think it's fairly obvious, but like, I did not expect it.
I wanted to show you the progress I've made. What the fuck? I am not happy about this. What the fuck? I am at hour 2. Something has just happened in the strength of the few. What the fuck? It feels like I'm in a haunted mansion. I am on chapter 75. Been a while since I've used Roman numerals, but look at this. Look at this. I'm here in this chapter, and then I just have. Why am I scared? Why? Because bad things are happening, that's why I'm scared.
It is 6 o'clock, and as you can see, it feels like it's midnight. Yeah, and I am one of those annoying people that eats ice cream on a winter night. I am 91% of the strength of the few. I have some thoughts. I better have some thoughts. That's a thick-ass book. A lot of things are happening, and one in particular I really did not like. This author's books are famous for being very, very action-heavy and crazy in the last 200 pages, which was the case for Duel of the Many. It is the case for the second book, The Strength of the Few. I really, really want to believe that one of the things that are happening right now, because we have 3 POVs and things are going badly in all of them, I really want to believe that what happened has some kind of deeper meaning. Like, it wasn't just like, yeah, we are doing this really bad, evil thing to one of the characters just to, I don't know, have an emotional punch. I don't know, my problem is that, wait, where's my book? Well, it's somewhere. My problem is that the author really knows how to describe action scenes and what the characters are doing. He's not really good at describing what they're feeling. So we are in the head of the protagonist, but we're not privy to all of his emotions. And it's incredibly weird because there are some really, really heavy things happening, and he's shown to be sad and angry and all of the emotions, but he does not feel them in his head. It's so weird. And it's not like a trauma response in which he will later be grieving, etc. It's almost as if we get all of the emotions and the tension, etc., through a filter, like a cotton barrier. I don't know how to describe it. It's possibly because I don't really like I think the writing is okay. It's just okay. I think that's what keeps the book from being a full 5 stars. You know, for now, it's a 3.5. Why am I always in the same spot, you may ask Alice? I'm cold, and this is the hottest place in the house because I have the AC, which just, was blasting our hair. I am at still 91% of the book at page 689. So less than 100 pages to go. I just had my dinner with my grandma. I want to take a shower like a quick shower, and then I want to get in my PJs and actually read for a solid hour, or until I finish this. In my native tongue, which is Italian, I usually read like 100 pages an hour. In English, I'm a little bit slower, just because, I have to process what I'm reading. I'm so tired. I'm so tired. I'm so glad tomorrow I don't have my lab.
Honey, you've got a big storm coming.
It's also 8 p.m., just to keep you on the clock. I have my book. I have my herbal infusion. This is I have no idea how to translate that, but it's Biancospino. Cheers. It's also super hot. It is 9 o'clock in the PMs, and we are finishing this book. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. No, I'm sorry. What? I have 30 pages to go. Okay, it is 10 o'clock. Kind of. It's 10:57. Same thing. The fuck? What? I mean, it was something I was thinking about. How the first book ended and this one continued. It would have been weird if the thing that is like the whole point of this book happened only to the protagonist. He's not that special. He is a prince from a country that doesn't exist anymore, but he is not like the chosen one. There were steps he walked to be that special to the story. It's not that he was born special in that way. So I expected it, but not in this way. I had another premonition, which could still be true, spoilery thoughts. Very, very brief spoiler thoughts, because I need to talk about this. What do you mean Keror or Seror, whatever you want to call him? What do you mean Ruark is him because he's split into the 3 worlds? What do you mean? I'm not mad. I'm not saying that it's not I'm not saying it's just too out of the blue. It's perfectly well balanced into the story, actually. I just thought for some reason his dead friend, the one that dies into the first book, the last 200 pages, that he was going to be a bigger part of the story, but he was just replaced by another friend. I'm not liking the original world very much because the scope feels so small, because the description are not up to the task for a world so big. But I'm really loving I'm calling it the Irish world with my friends. I'm buddy reading this book with another friend. There's the Egyptian one, the Rome one, and then there's the Irish one. That's my favorite, I think. And then the Egyptian one, and then the Roman one. End of the spoiler thoughts. I'm going to finish this and come at you with my final thoughts, and then I'll put on the audiobook if I'm not dead for, Heated Rivalry. I was right. I was fucking right. Nobody talked to me. Nobody talked to me. My prediction, once again, I predicted what would have happened at the ending of the first book. Not really predicted, but I had a prediction which came true. And now I am once again fucking right. I really like this twist. I really liked it. I don't really like what came before it, but this is good. This is very good. Is there... No. Okay. Acknowledgements. Sure. I finished the book. I was fucking right. I feel so vindicated. I need to text my friends. Okay. I am listening to the Heated Rivalry audiobook. Not gonna lie, I'm so sleepy. It's midnight. All these two do is yearn and fuck. And honestly, good for them. Good for them.
The next day.
Good morning. I'm so tired. I don't know what I'm tired about for. My brain is not braining, it's not computing. But yesterday night, I finished, as you saw, The Strength of the Few. I have some thoughts, honestly. I have some things that I really, really liked and some things that I really, really did not. The things that I liked were, we have 3 POVs in the second book. One of those POVs, let's call it the cottagecore one. I really liked it. I liked the found family in it. I liked how the story developed. I liked the ambience. It's very, if you've seen or read the Witcher books, it's very Lady of the Lake. I also came to really like the more like deserty POV. It was hard at first because some things that I'll discuss later, but where it ended, I think it was the most interesting, you know? It was the most twisty, and it introduced a thing that I was thinking about. The one that I came to dislike because it started off really good and then it was the last POV, and that's a shame. I liked the protagonist, how he progressed through the story, and I really liked his friends, and especially Aiden. He's the one who he meets in the school in the first book. They become very, very close friends. I like their friendship very much. I have a lot of things that I didn't like. I didn't like the writing. I still think it's very, in some parts, it's amateurish. And I know these books are so hyped, and it feels like I'm such a snob saying this, but it's true. It's true. In the description, it's so unclear. I'm one of those people who sees a whole movie when I'm reading books. And in this book, it was so hard to picture the ambiances because the descriptions are so smoky. Like, it feels like when you're watching a landscape through a thick fog and you don't know where you are and you don't know where the people are and how the things are inside out. Especially the deserty POV was so confusing. As you read the descriptions, you really can see that if it was any other author, they would have done things differently. But then you get to the action-y part, like most fast-paced, the fighting, etc. And those are so good. Those are so well described. So it made it very confusing. And also, we are in the head of our protagonist. His emotion come to us in a way that it's so detached. Like, we are not privy to the protagonist's emotion truly, and I think this is because the writing lacks description. There are so many intense moments where the protagonist just doesn't give you anything. It cuts back on the tension that could have been, or the impactfulness of the moment. There was one single moment you may see in my vlog. I was distraught, but the protagonist was not. And I also think this is still tied to the writing. The lack of descriptions and the haziness of them makes the scope feel very small, makes the world feel very small, because you can't picture how vast it is. There are maps, so you can actually like go through the book and say, this is there and this is here. But especially the battle scenes, you can't really see. They call it war, they call it a very big battle, but it feels very small. One of the twists that was introduced, and I was like, I already know where this is going. It went there, and I think it was used in a very cheap way. It could have been brought, more tension. I need more tension. One of my main gripes is that in the first book, we are introduced to a very cool world. In the same sentence, we are taken away from it because in the first book, we are introduced to the hierarchy. So people have will that they can cede, so strength, their vital strength that they can cede to those more powerful than them in the social pyramid. And we are immediately taken away from this world because the protagonist has to go to this military school in which will and the hierarchy cannot access. So you cannot use will, you cannot cede to anybody, you cannot take from anybody. So I think the author was very sneaky about this. I don't think he wanted to really go deep into it, and he managed to snuggle through. I'm still going to give it 3.5 stars, I think. Either 25 or 5. I talked for 7 minutes. I listened to a lot of Heated Rivalry yesterday night, and I also listened to it this morning. Here is the awful cover. Why are they having sex again? Book opens, they have sex. 1 hour in, they have sex. 2 hours in, they have sex in a flashback. The tension is exquisite, but goddamn.
Yeah, as you can see, in the end, I did have a lab because they called me last minute, but I still managed to do something bookish because I was on my Goodreads all of the time. And I had a little mental health walk with my mom, and then we did have a wonderful breakfast, which was actually lunch. And then I was back on my reading grind, reading Heated Rivalry on the train, which was honestly wonderful. I love that book. I am alive. As you saw, did I put actual clips? But as you may have seen, I had said that I had so much free time. I can do this 24-hour readathon. Oh my god, I don't have my lab. I did have my lab. Because at the end of the day, my professor called me and he's like, well, actually, the lab is free. Do you want to come in? And when your professor asks you, do you want to come in? The only fucking answer is yes. So I went. I actually had some free time there, so I listened to a lot of Heated Rivalry, and I also read some on my Kindle when I wasn't watching, and also on the train. So I'm back home, and this is the end of the challenge. Unfortunately, I wanted to read a little bit more. I wanted to finish. Ciao, amore. Ciao. Technical difficulties. I wanted to finish this book very, very badly, but it's done. It's the same time that I started this challenge, so I'm going to transform this into kind of like a realistic day in my life and how much can I read. I read a lot of pages. I'm going to put the number here of The Strength of the Few. I finished that book, very, very proud of it. It was one of my Time Before the End books that I really wanted to read, and I read 30% of Heated Rivalry, which is 84 pages of Heated Rivalry. It talks about hockey players, but the hockey itself, it's not described. You don't get the games, actually. You just get the relationship between these two characters. They are on opposing team. One is Russian, the other one is Japanese-Canadian. Their relationship, keeping it quiet because it starts very lustful, just pent-up energy. Oh my god, hockey players, they're 19, which I read them older, which is very uncommon for me. I usually read characters younger, mostly because a lot of writers just write them very mature, but these are very mature 19-year-olds. I really like the characters. I especially like the Russian player Ilya, and I like the relationship, even though normally this kind of writing will make me go insane because we just get their meetings, their relationship. We don't really get the games, etc. And I usually would love that. But for this 30%, which went by very quickly, this is my realistic kind of day, starting at midday and ending at midday. It was very fun. I would have wanted to read more, but still, alas, oh god. This video is over. I hope you had fun. I'm having fun making these videos, and I'll see you next time. I have some socials. They're down below. Very fun time there, especially on TikTok. But I'll see you next time. Goodbye! Mwah.